Hey YouTube, welcome back to Universe X, and today we are actually about to put out the homies top 4 deck profile. Yeah, DMV really showed up in Philly, and I got 9th place, Amani's in the top 16, Daryl got 4th place, Tony G is technically Maryland, so I'm gonna count him as DMV, but yeah, we were all working it in this tournament, and there's so many people that showed up, and I won't be able to stop saying how cool it was to be able to go to this event and meet so many people that were like familiar faces online but not in person. It was just pretty cool. But that being said, we've got a TrunksGeta top 4 deck profile. I think you guys are gonna really like it. This one's a little long, but I think that sometimes deck profiles need time for all these choices to be explained, so you just don't see why the cards are being played, you know why the cards are being played. Yeah, something like that. It was supposed to be, I think, what I was to say was like, you don't just see that cards are being played, you know why. That's the correct one. But the point is, yeah, we're gonna get into it. Don't want to waste too much time in the intro simply because the video is rather lengthy. That being said, if you haven't already, think about hitting that subscribe button, the notification button, like the video so it trends, and we gonna keep it moving in Universe X. And then last but not least, if you want to do anything like buy Dragon Ball sealed or singles, buy Digimon sealed or singles, or pre-order One Piece sealed or sealed, not singles, then hop over to my link in the description and just go to PPG from that link, specifically from that UniX DBS link, so that they can track the progress of my link with traffic. This will eventually turn into a coupon code, and you guys will have goodies and percentages off based on me working with PPG. So support your boy, go to the link, browse around, buy something maybe even. Then I just want to point out the Discord, join it. There's lots of fun things to do. Just click on the link, choose your designation so we can know if you're a Dragon Ball player, a Digimon player, a One Piece player, a gacha game player, and yeah, we'll take it from there. So without further ado, let's jump into the little deck profile that's actually not so little and see what it's all about. Alright, so we are here with Daryl to show off his 4th place regional finish TrunksGeta deck. I don't actually have much else to say about that. It's been a wild weekend, been just doing a bunch of content this week, but I really need to get this on, not just because it's the top profile list, but because it's the boy. Like, the amount of people from our like home group that just like did well this weekend was amazing. And then also shout outs to Nick, who got like sacrificed by National Champ Jordan on stream in spectacular fashion. But like, we really showed out this weekend.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, just do your thing. Let the people know who you are, and then just go off. I'm here to watch too.
All right, well, everybody. All right, like you said, I'm Daryl. Excuse my voice. I'm actually got a cold or something this week. But yeah, like you said, I took 4th place or 3rd or 4th place this weekend. At the regional. Crazy was like, I was supposed to come back home and then drive up to Philly on Saturday morning with the boys, but I was on vacation up in Maine, and then my wife's nephew had a tournament in Philly, so it all kind of worked out, but I had to have one of the boys drive to my house, pick up my cards. So shout out to Amani for doing that for me, because if not, I would have had to drive all the way back to Maryland and then back up to Philly. So over the weekend, funny story, like I was going back and forth, like trying to figure out which deck I wanted to play. So I had I technically had 4 full decks built that they picked up for me. But I was back and forth between TrunksGeta or Boma. Come to find out, Boma ended up winning the event. But I didn't want to put myself in a situation where I didn't know if I was going to be able to kill my opponent in 31 minutes. Granted, they wouldn't be able to kill me in 31 minutes. So I took TrunksGeta. It was actually only my 2nd event playing the deck, but I'm very comfortable playing any kind of control deck. So this is like a control mid-range, so it suited me very well. So we'll just get into the deck. So leader, everybody should know by now, when it swings, it draws a card. And then activate main. If you have 2 or more energy, you can put the 1-drop Vegeta under your leader, take down the 6 life, and then draw 1 card and flip your leader over. On the back side, essentially you either, when you attack, you draw a card, or you choose to play one of the one-drop Trunks or Vegeta from your drop in rest mode, and then you can trigger and do all kinds of stuff with that. And then whenever you activate EX Evolve on one of your skills, you draw a card. So essentially you draw 2 because of the Trunks and the Vegeta draw 1 as part of their cost to play them. And then activate battle, you can remove a Vegeta from under your leader to give your leader plus 10k and double strike for the battle. So it just like one of those surprise factors if they forget about it, or like if there's like a pesky Unison you want to kill. But it's just another kill for the deck. So we'll start with the one drops, basically the heart of the deck. So I played 4 and 4. I wanted to make sure that I was able to see one of these turn 1 every game. There was a few games where I actually did not see one turn 1, which was miserable, but I was still able to do what the deck normally did. Eventually I would find it and then just start the whole process that way. But when you play this guy, either one of these, you either draw a card or you can search your deck or drop area for one of these, the opposite. So if you play Vegeta, you search for Trunks, and vice versa. Or like I said, you draw a card. So turn 1, you typically want to start with playing one of these, search your deck for the other one, and then if you're going first, obviously you can't attack, but on your opponent's turn, you do whatever you need to. You can combo off one of these, the Trunks if you want, but a lot of times what people do is swing with the Vegeta, combo off the Trunks, and then put the Vegeta under Leader Awaken, and then start the chain. So when you swing, you can pick this guy back up from the drop, play a Vegeta, or search your deck for another Vegeta, depending on what's in your hand. My go-to turn 2 play is always playing Trunks. He stifles basically your opponent's turn unless they are playing battle cards with barrier. So EX Evolve for 1 yellow on top of a 1-drop Trunks. You draw a card, and then you draw a card with leader, and then he has a second auto is when a battle card or Unison is played on your opponent's side of the field, you choose it and switch it to rest mode. So he's very good. He's a barrier blocker, 19k. I mean, not really much else to say about this guy. He basically helps you stall to get to where you want to be in the turn or in the game, really. And then you got the Vegeta, 20k, same skill, EX Evolve over a 1-drop yellow Vegeta, draw a card, and then draw a card for your leader. Obviously, you only trigger your leader once per turn, so if you play both of these in the same turn, you only get to trigger to draw 2 once. So when this guy attacks, he KOs a battle card in rest mode, ignoring barrier. So this guy's like they work very well together. So your opponent plays some battle card, and then if it doesn't have barrier, you switch to rest mode, and then you get to basically kill it on your next turn, swinging with the Vegeta. And then you have the 4 counter negates, the Mecha Frieza, Robotic Riposte. Everybody knows what it does. Negate the attack, and then if your opponent wants to attack with anything, battle card or leader, they have to switch one of their cards to rest mode. It doesn't stop Unisons from swinging, so they don't have to pay, so they can swing multiple times with the Unison. But typically I like negating the Unison attack with this and then forcing them to have to tap one of their cards to swing with like their leader or their battle cards. But amazing card, wins you a lot of games. A lot of people don't want to start tapping down on their energy or their battle cards because they know that you're just going to take over the game. And a lot of the cards in this deck rest battle cards and energy and things like that. So I played 2 Son Goku Steadfast Assistant. This was probably like one of the weaker cards in the deck. Every time I just found myself either like charging it or siding it out. It was a great card, but like now in the format, everything pretty much has barrier, or it's like it just doesn't do anything. So or a lot of times I just play it in response to something just to have a blocker out on the board. But if you don't know what it does, it's a counterplay. You can counterplay in counter window 1, even when it's a Unison, just to have a blocker out. But if it's a battle card that doesn't have deflect, it enters the battlefield tapped, and then you draw a card. And then, like I said, it's a blocker. One of the best cards in the deck. Cooler, counter. Those pesky negates, floodgates, or like baby hatch and things like that. You basically just get to say no and continue on your turn and try to kill your opponent. But yeah, I mean, nothing really much to say about this card. It's busted. Probably shouldn't exist in the format, but it does, so I felt like I had to play it. playing yellow. And then the auto, just in case you don't know what it does, when it enters play, if you have 6 or more cards in rest mode, you draw 2 cards. If you have 5 or less, you draw 1 card. Then you play 3 Turtles, all too easy. Great card. Basically says when this card is played, choose one of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode, KO it, and then choose up to 1. So you either get to choose to draw a card or KO another card in rest mode. So essentially, if you're behind on board, you can play this guy for 2, because its activate main is if you have 3 or more energy and your leader is a mono yellow Saiyan, you can play it for 2 yellow energy. And it's a 20k double strike. So it's a great card for 2 energy. It can bring you back into games that where you fell behind, and then like it's good at attacking unisons and applying pressure to your opponent. Another really good card that came in handy throughout the weekend, Son Goku Return of the Dragon Fist. It's a deflect double strike auto. When it's played, you can KO up to 2 of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode. So you can see the theme, a lot of resting their battle cards and then just KOing them while they're in rest mode. If you have a Unison in play, you can pay 3 yellow and play this guy from your hand. So you get to cheat it out instead of having to pay 8 energy. And then active main, Spirit Boost 3 or Spirit Boost 2. Basically, he says your opponent, when he's attacking, your opponent can't activate the skills on the battle cards 7 or less. So no super combos, no negates, no battle card negates, that is, no blocking, nothing like that. So he shuts down a lot of stuff. So like when I played Danny in top 4, this was my go-to play. Granted, he had a Videl almost every time I played it. So put it down to a 5k, but it's Boma, so I still swung with the 5k, trying to get some damage in there, but it didn't quite work out well for me. But this guy's really good, especially in the Boma match, because they can't block. They have to have violent rays or red negate to basically stop him from attacking. So you can't use like Topo and things like that. Super combo of choice. I played 3 of the Krillin. If you're 4 or less life, bottom deck a card from your hand, draw 2 cards. Self-explanatory. Gives your leader 10k or whatever attacking or blocking battle card. 1 Poutine. Sorry about the glare. The lighting in this room's not great. Essentially, if I switch one of their cards to rest mode with one of my skills, I get to play her for free from my hand. And then if they play a negate or a battle card with a skill, I get to choose one of their battle cards and switch it to rest mode. So she's really good in tandem with the Trunks. If they play a battle card or Unison, not with a skill, just playing it with its energy cost, Trunks will rest it. And then if they try to play anything with the skill, Poutine will rest. I get to choose one of their cards to rest. Then I played another one of Champa. Self-explanatory, giving something double strike, going in for kill turns, things like that. Played a one of SS Rose Goku Black. He's basically like a gotcha card. your opponent swinging in, they only have one energy up, thinking that they're going to pass turn with that one energy up. I can play this guy, activate battle, paying 2 to play it from my hand, or warp, and then just tap down their last energy. And then he also has an activate main. I can pay 1 and KO a battle card in rest mode. So like I said, it works really well with a lot of the other cards in the deck that switch things to rest mode. Then I played a 1 of Bergamo, card still busted. I get to basically, if I switch a card to rest mode with one of my skills, I get to pay him for my hand by paying a colorless and a yellow. And then I get to choose up to 2 of my opponent's cards and switch them to rest mode, ignoring barrier. So he's really good at going like your kill turns, tapping down their energy or tapping down blockers or something like that. Another one of Mera Assault from the Skies. I wanted another cheap finisher, so he's overwhelm 7. Pay 1 energy. When it enters play, draw a card, and then start of your opponent's main phase, you get to switch one of your energy to active mode. Secret rare of choice is a Gohan Piccolo, or Piccolo Son Gohan. This card was busted throughout the whole weekend. It's 30k super combo, and then at the end of the battle, it plays itself from the drop. When it plays itself, it rests one of your opponent's battle cards or unisons, and you draw a card. And then it also, if you play it on your turn, it's not a once per turn effect. So if I swung, so like when I played one of the Hill Twins, I swung with Turles, comboed this up to 50, and then I played it, drew a card, rested one of his cards, and then I swung with it. I get to rest another card and draw another card. This card overperformed throughout the weekend. Originally, I was playing Pan, but I switched to this card. I always found Pan to be underwhelming, especially in a Unison heavy format. Especially like in our locals, we had a bunch of people playing either the cooler or the drip coup, as everybody calls it. Next, we have the 2 Trunks. This was okay for me throughout the weekend. Just another way to apply pressure, and then against the Universe 7 matchup, it's just an easy way to kill a lot of their battle cards. Either like whether it's like they only have 1 battle card out, I just rest it and tap it if it's 4 or less, and then I KO it, or just a -3 and I get to KO all their battle cards from rest mode and draw a card. So it was okay, wasn't the best, but this Unison overperformed throughout the entire weekend. So SS2 Son Gohan, Z Fighter, he's a Empower 3, so if I have this guy out or another one of him out and I play it on top of it, he can come into play with up to, if I play him for 3 energy, he comes in with up to 3 markers on it. And then when I play him and he has 4 more markers on him, I can KO up to X battle cards in rest mode equal to the number of unisons I have in my drop. So if I have 1, if I played like overlaid, as people call it, overlaid over the Trunks will be in my drop, and then I'll be able to KO one of their battle cards, ignoring barrier. His +1 active main is just draw a card, but the strong part of this card is the -3. So the -3 says choose up to one of your leader cards, give it +5k until your opponent's end phase, and you also give this Unison 5k and it gains triple attack. So when you're going in for your kill turn, you're giving your leader +5k, and then if you haven't used your leader skill to remove the Vegeta from under it, it'll be a 30k double strike base on its own without any combos. So just imagine swinging in with that combo on this up to 60 double strike just by using 1 card, and then you still have 3 swings with this, and then whatever other battle cards you have out on the board. So yeah, this card overperformed throughout the weekend. I probably wouldn't change the number on that. 3 was very, very good. Then we go into our extra cards. I played a 1 of, obviously, it's Power of the Super Saiyan. If you have an open yellow energy, you can activate battle, rest one of your opponent's battle cards or unison. It's limited to 1. So I can only play one, but still a good card, or you can use it as a negate. Never use it as a negate. Every time I just use it to rest one of my opponent's battle cards or Unison. This card was pretty good throughout the weekend. Forbidden Power. Usually you use it on their first swing, so if they swing with their leader, you Forbidden Power, and then now they only get to swing with one more battle card for the turn, or Unison leader, but they only get one battle card swing for the turn though. So typically you want to, you hope your opponent swings with their leader first, so you can basically, because it doesn't negate the attack. So you want to do it to the leader, and then so that way they only get one battle card swing for that turn. If they swing with the battle card, you can still play it, but they will get another swing with their battle card, leader, and or Unisons. And then the other activate battle, if it's your turn, you can give one of your leader or battle cards or yellow plus 10k, and switch one of your opponent's battle cards ignore and barrier to rest mode. So that comes in handy, like if you're playing like the mirror match and you swing it with something they don't block with Trunks, you can activate battle, switch to Trunks to rest mode, and then continue on with your turn and potentially try going for the kill. Played a 2 of Realm of the Gods, Black Kamehameha. Cards pretty busted. Sometimes I wished I had 3 instead of 2. I sided the third. In a lot of matches, I always sided the third in. But activate battle. If it's my turn, I can KO a battle card in rest mode. If it's my opponent's turn, I draw a card and choose up to 2 of their battle cards and switch them to rest mode. And it also gives the card plus 10k. So card's amazing. So it can be a battle card or a leader or a Unison. It's not limited to just leader or battle cards. Then I played 2 of Vegeta's Final Flash. Sided the third. Just self-explanatory. Gives one of your yellow leader or battle cards plus 15k, and I can choose, the auto is choose one of your opponent's battle cards and negate its skills for the turn. So if your opponent like goes in for the kill on like a double strike, triple strike, whatever, you can negate its skills, and essentially if you don't want to out combo it, you just take 1 damage, or if you want to out combo, since it gives 15k. That card is really good in this format. And then the last extra card I played is 3 of Frieza's Army Reinforcement. It's a negate the attack, and then you get to play a 10k blocker, or it gains blocker for the turn. So a lot of times people put you to 5, and then you can use this when they swing in. A lot of times they try to put you from 5 to 3 with a double strike. You can use this, stop the attack, and then go to 4, and then that way like your super combo is live, and like you have more defense. So like as you can see, this deck is very defensive, and can turn the corner and be very aggressive very early. And then I guess I can go over my sideboard real quick. So my sideboard, like I said, I was in main, so I didn't really put a whole lot of thought into changing my sideboard, so I just used what I already had built. So it's not very optimal, but it still did well throughout the weekend. So the first card, Release from Evil. This card is really good in this format, especially since I'm playing the 5 Unisons. I get those Unisons out, and they're easy to protect, especially the Gohan. Nobody's really trying to dump cards into killing Gohan, since he's a 20k base. So essentially what this card does is it's a negate. It doesn't stop the attack, but it does negate the skills of the attacking card. So it's not a battle card, it's attacking card. So it can hit leaders, battle cards, and Unisons. So like in the green cooler match, when they're going in with the Frieza, I can just play this for 1 energy, negate the skills of that Unison. Card overperformed. A lot of people didn't know about it, or forgot about it, and then would catch them off guard, getting to play that for free, and just negating their skills. I think it was one of the Hill Twins I played. Actually, yes, it was. I played Eric on stream, and he swung in with his, I want to say it was his leader, and he was trying to go in for the kill for double strike, and I just played Release from Evil, even though I wasn't negating the attack, but I knew it was his last attack, so he couldn't double strike me. So you can't gain skills either. So it negates the current skills, but also stops the card from gaining any new skills. So it came in clutch a lot of times.
Little tiny bit of tidbit nugget for yellow players that want a hint against Gamma, or Gamma players that maybe don't want to get caught lacking. Release from Evil. If a Gamma player swings with their leader and you release from Evil it, they do not untap 3. So you can either lock them out of a turn and blow them out the following turn, or you as a Gamma player can just understand that past a certain point in the game, you need to stop swinging with your leader against yellow, because it caught me and it almost lost me the game in round 9.
Right, yeah. And like I would push this card up to 3. This card was just like amazing. But yeah, and it also stops the so like if it's a card that's swinging with like dual attack, triple attack, it negates the skills, but it also stops the card from restanding. So it's just an amazing card. Next card I played, it's Frieza Divine Transformation. This card is like underestimated. Like obviously it was good during the Frieza format. Everybody was playing the what is it, set 1 or 2 Frieza. They get the sack untap energy. But yeah, this guy was great in like the slower matchups, non-red matchups. Red can easily deal with it. They'll just give it minus 25k or 30k. So I've never really sided in against red, except for I did side it in against I think I sided in against Eric, but I don't think I did. But essentially, this is mainly for blue. Blue can't deal with this card. There's only like 1 or 2 cards in blue that can actually get this card off the board. But essentially, what it says is this card can't be removed from your battle area by your opponent's skills. It's a deflect double strike blocker. So if your leader card is yellow when you play this card, you choose all of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode and KO them. So like I said, it works very well with the rest of the deck. Everything rest battle cards, and then I get the KO them. And then the other part of the auto is irrelevant. If I was playing like the Frieza leader that this was meant for, I could flip a life face down. Then the second auto, which is very, very good, when my opponent activates a counter attack, I get to choose 2 of their cards and tap them, and they don't switch to active mode during their untap phase. So there was a match where I had one of these out. My opponent's board was pretty insane. He goes Baby Hatch. I don't counterplay it, but I had Poutine and Trunks out, so I got to rest 2 of his cards with those, and then I triggered this to keep his leader and his Unison tapped. And oh, he was playing Android 16, so I kept his leader and Unison tapped so they didn't restand. And then because you know that deck operates in the active battle, so like they do a lot of arrival and stuff like that. And I was actually at 1 that game. This was round 1, so he already used both of his Android 21, so I wasn't worried about him just killing me with the Android 21. And then after I rested everything, I played a second one. So I KO'd his entire board, and then I had 2 blockers up. 2 blockers or 3 blockers. I had 2 of these. I had the Trunks. And so like there was like no way for me to lose with him having no battle cards out, and he wasn't able to remove these from the field. So this card was pretty good in those slower control matches. So like people were caught off guard by it a lot of times because people stopped playing it. And then I played a 1 of Death Blaster. I'd probably side this card out. I never sided it in. A lot of times, like the cards that you want to hit have deflect, so it never does anything. But essentially, it's a cold bloodlust. But yeah, it did nothing. I never sided it in. I played a second Mirror Assault from the Skies and the Sideboard. Against those slow grindy matches, just it's just a one energy, or actually it's free since you untap 30k double strike. It applies a lot of pressure, basically for no energy. I played 4 Dabura in my sideboard. Did I need 4? Probably not, but like I said, I was like, this was built for like my locals. A lot of people were playing like Cell and Green Cooler. I ended up playing against my boy Amani. I don't remember what round it was at the regional, but I sided 4 of these in, and every time he hit me with a discard, I had a Dabura in my hand. So I just discarded it, paid 1, draw 2. That match is kind of free for this deck. It's just, it doesn't do enough. It can apply a lot of pressure, but I felt very favored in that match. And then the third, Vegeta's Final Flash and the sideboard, just against those decks that are trying to go big and kill you with like double strike and things like that. This card, I mean, it's self-explanatory, like I said before. The third, Realm of the Gods, Black Kamehameha. I sided these 2 in almost every single match. They overperformed throughout the weekend. Like, this card's like decent against Boma. If they go into swing with like their Unison, you give your leader plus 10k and then rest 2 other blockers. Because you against that match, you want to try to tap down their blockers on their turn. Because if not, they're just kind of stifling your turn by blocking, recycling the blockers, picking up things with Videl. So you want to rest their blockers on their turn, so you basically have some kind of fighting chance. Overall, that match is pretty unwinnable, but like, you have to be able to set up your turn where you can get the Son Goku. This guy right here, set this guy up with a cooler backup. If they go like topo that turn or something like that, obviously they can't topo this attack. They can topo any of your other attacks if you attack with something else prior to that. But yeah, like, that match is pretty much unwinnable. Then I side decked 2 Mecha Kaburas. Again, it's for those slower control matches. I sided this in a couple times, but it really just didn't do anything. And then those matches where I'm really focusing on getting this guy out, I kind of want this guy because he comes in, starts with higher markers. A lot of times I don't want to use this guy to Spirit Boost 2 off of the Son Gohan, because I want to keep him at a decent amount of markers. So when I want to go in for the -3, I'm not killing him off, or something like that. And then the final card, Fu, the Dark Banisher. This guy is just a great card. He kind of replaced the Fu Shroud and Mystery. He's really good against like Gamma. He's good against Boma. Every time they want to block, they have to warp a card. They want to try to Violent Raise. It's basically 3 cards down. Yeah, this card was very good. I sided him in a lot of matches. A lot of control aspects of this deck, so I'm trying to out-resource my opponent. So this card really helps you out-resource your opponent, because they have to dump a lot of cards to live that turn. So like, if they're trying to super combo, if they want to draw, they got to warp 1. They want to activate a negate, they got to warp 1. Especially those decks that resolve around their graveyard or their drop area. This guy's really good, because those cards don't go to drop, they go to warp. So he's good against like the Cell Reboot. They don't get to recycle all their stuff because they're having to warp it when you play this guy. So but yeah, that's the deck. It did me very well. My 2 losses were to essentially the time. The new time rules kind of weren't my friend. So the first one, I lost to excuse me, Tony G. Great match. He was playing Gamma. If I had another minute, I probably, or not another minute, because I was passing to his turn, but I tried to kill him. I had played this guy. He started that turn with like 14 cards in hand. I got him down to like 4 cards, but I just couldn't kill him. But yeah, Time lost to him because of time. He had, I think he had higher life or more battle cards. No, he had more battle cards. So he won. And then Eon played him. He was playing. We were playing the mirror match. It was my final turn. He tried to go and kill me on his turn. He shotgunned on one of the 3-drop trunks. I was at 3 life. He double striked. Tapped all my energy out, so I couldn't do anything. I took the 2 damage because I knew I'd be able to kill him on the swing back. He had no cards in hand. He was at 3 life. So, and I already had like Piccolo out. I had all kinds of I had all kinds of battle cards. My board was like crazy. He had a tap Trunks, and that was it. So I started my turn. I didn't even untap my stuff because I knew we only had maybe like 30, 45 seconds. I swing with Piccolo. He takes the damage. I play Mira, and then I go in for the double strike, and I combo probably up to like 50, 60 because he still had the Vegeta under his leader, and he could have potentially drew an extra card to give more power. And so I did it very quickly because I knew the time was going to, expire essentially. And then as soon as I finished combo, they called time. And he was at 2, I was at 1. So yeah, time was not my friend, but those were my 2 losses. And shout out to Joey Palladino. I was going to have to play him in round 9. He conceded to me, so I can get my invite. Probably would have been a very good match. We were playing mirror match, but yeah, he conceded to me, and then I went on to top 4, played the next day, and got destroyed by the eventual winner, Danny Noon. Danny, I'm just not even trying to pronounce his last name right now. That was a great match as well. I knew going into that match that I wasn't going to win. I play Boma, so I know this deck doesn't have that many ways to kill that deck. You can try to be very aggressive. Mine's not the most aggressive version of this deck, so I knew I was kind of behind the power curve when it came to trying to win in that match. But like I said, it was a great match. It was my first time playing against him and meeting him actually. We had a lot of fun during that match, but he picked my hand apart with Broly Crown Retribution. So the turn when I was going to go in for a kill with Dragon Fist and this guy, he picked off the cooler out of my hand. So, and the other cooler was in my life. But overall, it was a great weekend. My wife actually and my daughter were there for my final match, so that was pretty cool. Got to see all the boys again. It's been a while that we all got to, get together, especially COVID still out there and everything. But yeah, man, it was a great event. Shout out to the boys for always having my back and kind of rooting me on throughout the weekend. But yeah, that's the deck.
Yeah, it was cool to see. A couple random things that it would have been, if you and Joey had a mirror, that would have been crazy because I may or may not have been the person filming Joey's deck list that went up yesterday. And the lists are very, very close. So it would have been a straight up battle of choices and lines of play and pivots because the lists are very, very close. So that would have been cool to see. And then yeah, Bulma, I don't think anybody really just expected to see Bulma just kind of come up and do their thing. But
yeah, Bulma's a sleeper. Well, not anymore, but yeah, I've been playing, this or Bulma, and I just didn't think I would kill people in 31 minutes, so I chose to go with this deck instead. They're both very controlled decks, and I'm a control player, so, but yeah.
Also, shout out to Daryl for Daryl talks about us cheering him on and having his back, but Daryl legitimately puts a very particular set of people on his back with his collection. Every time you got max rarity androids selled to death this weekend, if you played me, that's due to Daryl. The hatches that stopped you on your all ins for you to get sold next turn at maximum rarity, that's Daryl. So yeah, we got to get that thing back. He's always pretty much had our back with cards we need to borrow, so that us broke bums can actually play meta decks.
Yes, sir. Yep, I try to hook my people up. You know, I'm very fortunate, got a very good job. And yeah.
Massive collection. So yeah, like thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed like another take with some variations on the TrunksGeta deck. And by now you guys should know one of two things. One, yellow is not dead yet. Yellow is still very viable and very, very powerful and still very, very skill intensive. And two, if you don't already have your Gohan Piccolo SCR, then like you're just kind of SOL. like this thing is doing work and it's about to go up.
Yeah, that card is busted.
All right, well, thank you guys for watching. Like I said before at the beginning of the video, try joining the Discord just to be able to talk, hang. There's channels for just about everything. No, seriously, I get complaints about how many new channels I keep making in the Discord. And then, yeah, just join the UniX fam. There's always stuff to talk about. We're going to be making lots more content, and it's going to be a pretty good year. So thank you guys, and I'll see you next time you drop by.
Peace out.